stay put.
Okay, so you're gonna stay put and just watch the action. Okay, so Lynn, I mean, big guy, big gun. Obviously, he's got ammo that you would want, because that's an M60. You'd recognize
Yeah.
that sound anywhere. So you're gonna try to fire past Kenny towards him. Okay, so I have to also include his armor class, so his armor minus is 13.
I'm gonna scoot over a little bit so I'm not
I
taking
think
any damage.
we're gonna have to put armor class in the red bubble now. I think that would make this easier. So in the blue bubble you have your AP, in the red bubble you have your armor class, so that you'd remember constantly.
What did you say his armor class was?
13. I have a feeling that's wrong. Nope, that's not wrong. Apparently he's got 13 armor class. Huh.
Yes.
Because the other mutants have a higher armor class, which is peculiar, but that's just how it is.
Probably have armor. So.
So you take the deadly anvil,
You also do double.
but you also do double damage on the second bullet. So the second one doesn't stop you. What's the D5 for? Oh, for the damage of the anvil. So you take.
Yeah.
What is this? This is weird. So you're doing a burst, but. So did you remember to put in the minus? Yeah, you did. So
Sheesh.
I don't think he's gonna survive that.
And that times 2.
So that's. He has a threshold of 4 times 10. Oh, so 232, 40, and did these bullets do any special effects?
Nope, they're normal.
Okay, just normal, just bullets. Okay, so that guy dies because he gets riddled with high caliber rounds. Still have another 50, and then it sweeps to the next guy, which also mows the shit out of him. So you're hitting the targets nearby. And then the last one is gonna maul him. So you hit 3 targets. Like the main leader's dead, and the guy closest to him is dead, and then the one right in front of him is mauled pretty badly. So what's Kenny gonna do? I mean, he got shot with some high caliber rounds.
I'm gonna roll intelligence and see if he's smart enough to run away.
Is he? Is he smart enough to
Or he's
retreat, or is he
back up.
just gonna keep charging?
Okay.
So he's smart enough to back off. It's like, yeah, there's a lot of guns now facing him. It was easier when he had just 4 guys to deal with, but now that there's a lot more guns facing him, I don't think it would be wise to proceed.
Back when it was just Mirelurks and Bloodbugs.
Yeah,
It's
these
fine.
guys actually have guns, so big difference.
Just gonna back it up there.
So from the back, like from further back, you hear the roar, like a deep roar. It's like, how dare you attack my camp? You think you can take me? You think you can take Ultramutant? I said, come to me and die. And so you see that in his left arm, he has a grenade launcher, and he's already pointing it.
Oh, we shouldn't have been all clumped up in one area. Oh
Yeah,
shit.
which is what he's about to do. So he's gonna fire right into the midst.
You guys will be.
So that's wait, what's your?
Wait.
He was aiming right for Lynn. Lynn, what's your armor class? I forgot to include that.
It's
It's
45.
+5.
It's
I
45.
don't know.
Yeah, with that +5, it's 45.
Okay, so it's gonna deviate 3 meters to the east, which means it's gonna fly right behind you, right about there.
Lower.
So, but it's a 5 by 5, so it's gonna still hit it's gonna hit the two guys in the back for 53 explosive damage. So it flew within hair's breadth of blasting you to pieces, but it hit behind you.
Can we still try to touch that?
Yeah, you're closer. You're far enough from the. You're far enough on the sides where you can try and agility your way out of that. It's like,
Yes.
okay, so what about Kenny? So first of all, this is what you hear. Out flies the grenade, and then hey, what about Kenny? Can he dodge out of the way, seeing this grenade launcher shell fly right at him? No, he can't. So he's gonna be.
Ooh.
He's gonna get like right there, and then he's gonna get hit with the full brunt of it. So he's the one concussion damage is not a thing. So it's 53 versus his explosive resistance.
Oh, hold on a second. I need to bring that back up. What is it?
And think of this. This is a miss. This is not a hit. So he takes 34, which is a pretty bad hit. I mean, it's not low. I mean, he did that reckless charge, and then now he's So, and the thing he fired, you know, an AGS-17, that's a heavy weapon. You're supposed to have that on a tripod. So obviously he's got enough brute strength where he's wielding this thing like a handheld grenade launcher. So, Stokes, I mean, you dealt with one problem, but now you have another problem to deal with. And the other mutants kind of they're kind of just cheering on that you almost annihilated those guys. They're kind of amused that you just nearly died. So, and flanking this guy is two more of those what looks like the leader brutes, and they're also armed with heavy machine guns.
Great. Just fantastic.
I just wanted some gas, man.
Yeah, we just wanted to pick up some gas or whatever the heck we're doing here. Alright, well. Going to back up a couple steps.
Well, you didn't really do any recon before you actually came here, so...
And well, gonna go for another one.
You gonna just blast the leader?
Yeah.
Let's see. Was there supposed to be any modifiers to that?
Was there?
He's got an armor class of 15, so he would still hit.
Mm-hmm.
His AC gets reduced, so that's 34, and then that's what? I think he has the same. Yep, he has the same, so he gets 35 instead. So the main boss takes 19 damage, but compared to the other one, he just laughs as the shell impacts his shoulder, and he's standing there just proud. It's
Well,
like, that actually hurt, puny man.
not puny, you're just a lumbering oaf.
Okay, so Harley, yeah, it's bad stuff. I mean, you nearly got blown up. Let's see. Kenny, I mean, if Kenny is smart enough, he could simply lie on the ground and they'll think he's dead. So, let's hope his intelligence roll doesn't screw him over.
Actually,
Actually.
oh, never mind.
I mean, it's looking bad. They basically have you outgunned.
Biggest problem is I can't run.
Yeah, that's a lot of distance. Remember, you can roll an agility to try and double your distance.
Yeah, which would get me there.
Yeah, which would be probably in. I mean,
You
would he be dumb enough to fire a grenade at that range?
Probably.
you might not want to get really close to that guy.
No, I know.
Just throwing that out there.
Yeah, so charging to, and if anything, if you charge this direction, you might put some. Oh no, you wouldn't make it. Actually, no, you'd put some good cover between you and the big boss bastard, so that might actually work.
Yeah, but then I've.
Yeah, then you're in the gun sights of all the mutants in that area.
And you're walking into an irradiated.
Yeah, and you're walking into an irradiated blast zone. So it's looking bad. It's looking pretty bad.
I could. Oh, might as well.
Okay, you're just gonna charge it.
Oh, charge.
Who knows? You might survive, you might not. I mean, with your current situation, what do you got to lose? Okay, so Lynn, how much ammo you still got? I mean, this grenade basically whizzed by your left shoulder and impacted behind you. Actually, it wasn't even a grenade. An AGS, it's like basically a mortar.
I pull out my law.
Okay, so pull out the
What
law,
did you-
another salvaged weapon.
What was his armor class?
His armor class is 15. Do you notice a pattern yet? Oh, you're checking out the rocket. I forgot about that.
Yeah, this is explosive damage. I couldn't figure out what its AoE was supposed to be.
The AoE is supposed to be 5x5 because of rock. Actually, it's 5x5, which means it's two. You'd hit the center target and then you'd hit a blast rate. Just draw a box like 5x5 box. So it's gonna hit him and his two allies with a rocket. Can you draw boxes? Okay, so you can draw boxes. I'm just making sure. Okay, so now we have to try explosive resistance. He has less of that. Now, the rocket, does it do anything special, or is that it? Just base damage?
I think it's just base damage, yeah.
Okay, so he takes 33. And let's check his endurance. Because he's taking a direct rocket impact. And he fails. He falls over. He gets knocked a meter back and he falls on his back from the rocket impact. So now he's got a smoking hole in his chest. But obviously he gets he kind of leans up. It's like, you foolish humans. While clutching the hole in his chest. And then his allies get hit with 33 as well. So they also have the 430. So each of them gets hit with 20.
Whoa. Why are they getting hit by 30?
Huh? By what?
Shouldn't they also get hit by the 50?
I think they actually have higher armor for some reason.
Hold on, let me double check that. Hey.
This is explosive damage.
Oh, because I did the wrong one. Huh. Yeah, you're right. They should be taking the same damage. They have the same armor. So those guys are dropped another extra 13 because I guess I miscalculated. And they also have to roll endurance because they got hit with the rocket explosion from the concussion. So one of them's standing, both of them are standing. So they get knocked forward a little bit from the backwash, and they take a lot of shrapnel and explosive damage. But beyond that, they're still standing. So, not a pleasant sight. You hit him directly in the chest with a rocket and he's still coming.
That's a bastard.
Yep. I mean, he called himself Ultramutant for a reason. Okay, so Kenny's in a bad way. Again, roll his intelligence. Let's see if he will actually play dead and not... Okay, no, he won't. So,
Nope. Nope.
near-death... So, I mean, what would he do in this situation? If he charges him, he's going to die.
Well, as an out of character thing, because I don't want to be responsible.
Just,
for someone other-
just
someone
roll
else's
intelligence.
death.
Let's see what he decides to do.
Again, all right.
Yep.
Oh no. Oh no.
So, he's rising to his feet. Let's see, so we're not going to kill him off. I mean, like, he's right. So what would be dumb that he's doing right there? I mean, obviously he's getting up so they know he's still alive.
Is the
Not charging.
are any of the mutants female?
Let's find out. I did not think you were going to ask that question. Okay, some of them are.
Well, maybe that's something stupid he tries to do.
Tries to hit on the females because he's got some nasty concussion. Okay, roll a charisma.
Great charisma. Okay.
Let's see if he can try and convert some of the... Nope. So, I mean, he's slurring because, you know, concussion. So he tries to convert some of the super mutants, but they're not having it. And besides, their strong leader is still he's still alive. So
Yeah, he's got less than a foot in the grave.
okay, so the other super mutants apparently they're just holding back. Like they're lining up, waiting for the order to attack. But they seem to be content with letting their leader handle this. Like, cause you know they even the wounded ones is like obviously they're going to win. There's no way you guys can survive this. At least that's what they're thinking. So they're gathered up and they're jeering at you, and there's like, you know, yes, yes, die, humans. So he picks himself up. He walks forward 3 steps, and he pulls out his launcher again. But he pulls the trigger and it clicks. He looks down at it, and then he just tosses it to the ground. And Harley, you definitely can recognize what he's pulling out next, which is you see he pulls out a similar hammer to yours. And the intent is clear. He's going to take you apart at close range.
Let's see him try that.
So, I mean, he wants the glory of killing you up close. How much was it to rise up?
At least 4 AP.
Yeah, so he does that. He does 3 steps. And then even the other underlings, they're going along with the crowd. They're parting ways to let him by so that he can kill you at close range. Okay, Stokes, what do you plan to do? It seems like he wants to kill you up close.
Well, the goal is simple: kill him before he gets to do that.
Come on. What's
So break the cycle and just shoot him again.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Okay, so
What's your luck? That might be a crit.
yeah, what's your luck?
My luck is 1.
Okay, you do not have the luck to actually pull a crit off ever. Okay, so I forgot that's 30. Damn it! I keep forgetting that's 35 because of the specialized thing from the ammo. There. So he takes another railgun shot, but again, he seems pretty content with going close to you and beating your brains in. Actually, let's roll one more thing. Okay, so no. So I mean, he's going just as fast as he was before. That didn't enrage him or anything. Yeah, so Harley, I mean, you're rising. Apparently, you're rising to meet the challenge.
Yep.
Okay, so Lynn, are you gonna shoot him? Are you gonna not shoot him?
Well, yeah, I'll shoot him.
It's like, no honor among the duel. It's like he's trying to kill you.
I keep forgetting. What is his armor again?
His armor is, well, I don't remember actually. 13, I think it was.
Plus 15 is what you said.
15, yeah, 15. Hit for 31. It's laser damage. Which is, let's see, 31, 3, 37. He takes another 17. He's still coming. I mean, you're throwing on the damage, but he's in a rage and he's ready to try and kill you.
I shot him.
Let's say 4 and then 37 because you shot 2 laser fire. So he takes 2 laser blasts to the chest. He looks like his guts are getting liquidated. So Kenny's still got a concussion. Roll his intelligence again. Is like, is he gonna shake it off, or is he like in a pretty bad state? So Kenny, he's in a pretty bad state. Like that concussion is gonna be a while.
What if he's gonna try and do the same thing again?
I don't know. Roll it. Is he dumb enough to try the same thing again? So I'll try to charm. Yep, he is dumb enough to try another charisma challenge, which he fails again. Again, he's still slurring. He's still got the concussion. Okay, so you are... So he's going to try to charge you, which means he's got to roll an agility. So he is far too slow to actually do a charge that far. 4, 5, 6, 7. So he gets to like right about there. So this big behemoth in armor charging right at you while his super mutant brother and cheer him on. Okay, so Stokes, I mean... How much ammo do you got left? I mean, you could probably kill him and do a kill shot here.
Yeah. I mean, I've got like.
So think look at the bright
side.
side. I mean, look, these super mutants seem dumb enough to allow him to basically do that. Basically shoot him until he dies. I guess they're under the illusion that he's invincible, that he can't die. He's been shot so many times. Okay, so that's gonna hit for... I think that's gonna kill him. Yeah, that kills him. So finally, after hitting him in the same spot it's enough times in the chest, this shot punches clear through his body, and it goes straight out of his spine. So the whole back spinal area blows out. And so he just crumples into a heap, and he falls like in a thump. He falls on his face, and like blood and guts everywhere on the ground in front of him. Let's see, but he has one last shot. So as he's dying right there, let's see. Well, how's his agility? So as he's dying right there, Harley, you see that he pulls out a mini nuke, and he's trying to prime it with what's left of his strength. Now you have maybe either you get out of the blast radius, which is a pretty damn big blast radius, or you could try and stop him.
Can I basically hit the mini that way?
You'd have to run up and do a melee attack, or a fist attack, or something. Like you have to run up and do a throwing, probably. If you want to throw it the other way, yeah, that's a throwing challenge.
Is it actually armed yet, or is he trying to arm it?
So he's trying to arm it.
It's
So
not armed yet.
it's not armed yet.
So could you
So you're throwing an unarmed nuke at the super mutants, or you could just pick it up. It's not armed yet.
Oh yeah, I'm just gonna.
So that would be an agility challenge because you have to rip it from his hands faster than he can probably react to it.
Can't I just hit this Ogmoth at that point?
Or you could just hit his arm. That would be an unarmored strike or a melee attack.
Well, seeing as my.
So quickly you bring your hammer up and you slam it down on his arm so he loses grip on the mini nuke. So he doesn't have time to prime it. Now you can collect it. So his body's big enough. You can use it for cover.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, he is just a giant behemoth of plating. Okay, so Lynn, I mean, let's see.
I'm gonna shoot at this guy.
So the mutants, they're going to have to roll to break their shock. I mean, that's like they did not expect their leader to get killed so easily. And they always thought, he is Ultramutant. He's supposed to be invincible, but he's not invincible. Just didn't. He never fought this way to fire before.
What's this guy's armor again?
That guy's armor. I should really just have like. Well, it's damn. Where'd it go? It's like 13. Should I just write down numbers? You guys can write down numbers too on the board. 27. I don't know if that's going to kill him or not. Not quite.
Laser damage.
Yeah, not quite. He's pretty badly there, and he falls a little. Like he stumbles as he loses a lot of his like endurance, but he's still standing. Okay, so Kenny, it's like Kenny's gonna be stuck in concussion. Actually, let's just roll on it.
Hold on, Drake. Second shot, I shoot at him.
Alright, then you shoot him with a second. The follow-up shot's gonna kill him. So, quick double tap. How much ammo do you have in that gun?
Not too much left.
You're running out of ammo on all guns. I mean, a lot of super mutants, and they're pretty damn durable. Okay, so you kill another leader. And so Kenny, again, this is rolling intelligence. Will he eventually get his senses, or will he be stuck in this stupor of concussion? He finally gets it, so he shakes his head a little bit, and his brain comes back to normal. So he's thinking straight. So, now that he's thinking straight, what would you have him do? This is basically, you got a crit success, so you can choose what he does.
I'm gonna say he's not dumb enough to get too close, so I'm just gonna back up a little bit.
So he's going to go the other way. How much AP does he have? He has 7. You can move him 2 more meters.
Now I'm gonna put the other 2 towards armor.
Okay, so he's going to back up enough where it's like... he could probably doctor himself up a little bit, because even though you may not be trained in first aid, you can try it anyway.
Yeah, well, neither was neither Stokes, and he's pretty good at doctoring himself.
Yeah, but other people?
Hey, you never know.
Okay, mutants. They're shocked that their leader just died, and then the lieutenant just died. So they have to roll what? Intelligence? So they're dumbfounded. It's like how could Ultramutant fall? He is Ultramutant, he is invincible, but clearly he is not invincible. So mid-battle, guns blaring down at him, they walk up to him and they're like poking him, wondering why he's not moving. See, what about the other mutant pack? So they're just as dumbfounded. They don't know what's going on. They just know that they're standing there and they're jeering, but it doesn't seem like the jeering. Like they'll catch on, maybe, maybe not. Let's. So wait, where'd turn order go? Oh, I just closed it. All right, Stokes. It seems like the enemy's kind of distracted.
All right. Well, once we start shooting, the shooting's gonna start back up. So I'm just going to start my approach.
Okay, and do what?
Just take it. Just walking. You know, aiming the rifle that killed their Ultramutant at them. You know.
Okay. So that's what are you intimidating them?
Yeah, that would be
Okay.
charisma.
Yeah, that would be charisma. So give it a shot.
Yes.
So, have you ever seen a super mutant turn tail and flee? Because apparently that's what happens right now. So they see you point the rifle at them, and they're like superstitious. Like, this is like it's like, you no human, you crazy, and then they turn around, and they start going the other way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So they flee the other direction.
That's goddamn right.
Okay, so was that all you were doing? Let's see. What about the other ones? The other ones don't know what's going on. Like, they can't be intimidated by something they don't understand.
Yeah, I'll figure it out.
Okay, so Harley, what's the call?
Like at this point, are we out of combat?
No, because there's still a bunch of mutants, and it's on. You've scared off one pack, but there's still another pack of mutants trying to kill you.
First of all, I'm gonna pick up the mini nuke.
Okay, I mean you have it. You've had it since last round. You have a mini nuke.
All right. Then I'm gonna climb on top of big guy.
Okay,
Can you move me to the front of it?
let me move that to the back. All right, go. So you're gonna climb on top of the big ass mutant with a mini nuke in your hand.
Nah, not even in my.
You gonna prime that? Do you know how to prime that thing?
I'm not gonna prime it.
Okay, so what are you gonna do with it?
Bad. I'm bad at throwing. Keep it.
Okay, so what are you doing on top of the mutant?
Just shouting at the other guys.
To do what? I mean,
They now work for us.
they now work for you. Okay, so so you're trying to say I beat your boss, so now you work for us.
Yes.
So obviously it's like, why should we work for you, human? You weak. You no kill boss. And they point at Stokes. It's like, he killed boss.
Then you work for him. Is that point?
So is that agreeable? So it's like, he is strong. We think about it. And so they turn around and go back into the junkyard. So you got one group that fleed, and the other group is they're gonna think about joining your side, or rather, they're think about joining the side of the person who killed the boss.
Are we out of turn order?
Let's see, not really. So Lynn, I mean that just happened. Stokes just apparently he killed the boss, and he's using that as leverage against the other mutants. So what are you gonna do? Okay, so you're gonna walk forward and do what?
No. I'm gonna run forward if I can.
Okay, so you're gonna run. What's the plan here, though?
I'm gonna pick up this gun.
Okay, so the AG is a you don't have the perk, do you, to actually carry that in one hand?
Which gun is it?
It's a AG-17 or AGS-17. It's a mortar. It's not even. It's supposed to be a grenade launcher that you put in a bipod or on a tripod.
Oh my.
So it's a pretty big gun. It's a pretty big launcher.
Weighs 30 pounds.
Yep, it's a pretty heavy launcher too.
I think that's actually the same as the Lewis.
Can you actually carry that much?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is supposed to be a tripod-only type weapon, but it's wielded like that. Okay, so now you're carrying that. I mean, you could try and wield it that way, but you might suffer accuracy-wise.
Yeah. I'll look into it, I guess.
So it's pretty... You'd have to set it up first, which is a tripod operation. It still has the tripod
Yeah.
attached to it. Alright, so you took his grenade launcher.
Yes.
Alright, so... Kenny, you were wise enough to... Well, I mean, you got hit with a grenade launcher. And it missed. It was supposed to hit Lynn, but it missed, and it flew behind him. Nearly blew... Because your lack of agility is what screwed you. You tried to get out of the way, but, well... Got caught in the blast. You survived, and you tried to, intimidate... What did he try to do? He tried to make them switch sides? But that was just a concussion talking?
I think he was flirting with the,
Or he was
Girl
flat.
mutants.
We don't even know. We weren't paying attention. We're too busy trying not to die to them. So, Kenny, what do you plan to do? I mean, your concussion's gone, and you're kind of seeing that the mutants are walking away. No? Your mic's still busted, or what's up?
Oh, I'm still here.
Okay. What are you thinking?
And his head hurt.
So your head is pretty messed up. I mean, it took you like 3 rounds to get over your concussion. I don't know if you're smart enough to know that's probably because you got stabbed there.
Not really, no. I don't think that's...
Yeah, I mean, your intelligence rolls have failed how many times? Many times.
All but one time.
Except for that. Yeah, I made it.
Except for that. Okay, so, yeah, it's like probably because you're taking a lot of knocks to your head. So, even with a helmet on, it's like, yeah, knocks to the head, you'll eventually get something like what you just had, which is concussion.
People hit and hit my head.
Well, I mean, you were caught in a grenade explosion, so that's
Yeah.
kind of a lot of concussion trauma, as well as just explosive damage.
Anything much? We're not out of combat yet. Out of turnover.
Okay, so, I mean, the mutants, they do come back. It's like, we have decided. We will follow human person. But we will not leave Scrapyard. Scrapyard ours. So, and that's it. And they just turn back around and go back into the scrapyard. Okay, so you're telling to their backs, will you at least help us fight the other humans? And it's like, give us time, then we wage war against other humans. We hate other humans.
You have not so bad.
It's like, yes, you humans strong, you humans fight well. Other humans fight well too. We not like them. It's like, they have things we take. It's like, you help us defeat humans. So, I mean, how do you respond to that? It's just... Like, they're basically talking about the gunners down the way. I mean, south of here. Okay, so Niltor, if you look in the chat in Discord, there's a link there that leads you to the map. So you have an extra map that you can look at and kind of get a feel for how we're doing things. You also get the names of the places. So we're currently at Adam Cat's garage.
What?
Yeah, that's where we are. It's a scrapyard now because the garage got flattened. Okay, so south of here is south of here is Quincy, and Quincy is inhabited by the Gunners. What the super mutants are talking about is going to attack those humans, but he said, give them time to prepare. So, and the big one, like the leader's like, 4, you have 4. When 4 ends, we attack. You attack too. So, let's see. You are a super mutant. Kenny, you're a super mutant. Do you understand what he means? That would be an intelligence. It's like how well do you know super mutant?
No, I'm pretty well.
I mean, you know them pretty well, but it's like, do you understand what he just said? You have 4, and then we attack.
Do I get any kind of bonus for this for being a mutant?
I mean, you get. Can you actually add a bonus to that? I mean, for this particular one, you get a +2. That's about as far as you get because you are a super mutant. So, well, it doesn't really matter. So you know super mutant. You know that. He means 4 days from now we're going to attack those guys. Probably the Gunners. So, in 4 days, he wants you guys to attack as well. I mean, this could be killing 2 birds in 1 stone, depending on how you play it. Because if you attack a little later and just let them get all killed, then that's 1 less threat you have to deal with, right?
To do.
Okay, so, I mean, now what? I mean, you came here for a specific purpose. You were going to try to find things. You think they're going to actually... I don't know, ask him. Who wants to do negotiations with super mutants?
Wait, what kind of armor is this guy wearing? Can I...
Which, they're all wearing mutant plate. Like the basic mutant plate.
Get it.
Yeah, So Kenny, you immediately, like, this guy has a massive hole in his chest. There's no way to salvage that. But the other one, he has armor to salvage.
Nah, I just pick up the gun.
Okay, so you pick up his gun, which is you pick up the M60.
Yeah.
Big machine gun. And Kenny, you go over and you take his armor. Because it's relatively intact. Yeah, and you take his super sledge. You took both his weapons. You took the mortar, you took the grenade launcher, and you took his super sledge.
And regular mutant plate armor, right?
Yep, so this is regular super mutant armor.
How much ammo does the M60 have?
Good question.
He didn't shoot, so...
It's all it should be written in there. The M60, the ammo capacity is what? Where?
It's 50 shots.
50 shots? Yeah, so it has like, it does 10 round bursts, so it has like 5 shots.
Still.
Is there any way I can send him my code for it? So he doesn't have to...
What do you mean by code?
Please send it through
The
Discord.
macro, I mean. I guess that works.
Oh, that code? Wait, what code?
Yeah,
I mean the
macro for
macros.
M60.
Well, I mean, it is in the bullet code. I mean, it's generally there. It's like on the outside of all the menus, there's the codes page, and the codes page has everything we've ever worked on. Ever. You see if we got a detailed explanation of what each part does.
Ah, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, most people didn't for some reason. I wish I could make this more obvious, but I can't because there's no way to.
Just do an at every chat.
Yeah, I could just direct it in the chat, but it's like, Or you guys could copy paste it in the chat to make it more obvious once you find it. Well, now you know where it is, so. And a lot of the code is copied over. So, Kenny, you know super mutants. Well, I mean, you know super mutants very well, because you are one.
Yeah.
So, good chance is, if they attack first and they win, they're likely going to take all the loot. So, and Kenny, you can try and negotiate. You have a +2 bonus when trying to charisma a super mutant. Now that you're not fighting them, so you can try and negotiate to get what we're after, which is the whole battery situation. We're trying to get batteries to power the tank. That would kind of help our assault.
We need 30 cells to charge it.
Yeah, we need a few cells. Is that what's from many cars? So Kenny, you could try and charisma your way through this. You talk to super mutants.
Can you do this?
Or you could have Harley do it. I mean, you could do it too, but you don't get a bonus. I don't know, Kenny. Do you want to talk to your people, or do you want Harley to do it? Do you want Harley to basically trick them into doing what's...
You can stand right beside her.
Or you could do both. You can then both try your hand. So, give it a shot. Just, let's see who succeeds. Say what?
I'm gonna give Kenny the benefit of...
Okay, so Kenny, you get the +2 bonus, and you're gonna try to negotiate with the super mutants to give up some of their scrap, and maybe some of it involves batteries.
Is that the barter test?
So, huh? 8 and 8. What the hell? Wow, that's pretty good. Well, I mean, for barter, it's a +10. That's different, but still, it's like, so what are you bartering? You know, now it's no longer they're giving you something. Now it's you're bartering something. So what are you giving them in return? So success may have not been a good idea, but still, you've already done it. So what are you offering in return for them giving you what you need? So they have no use for these batteries. Obviously they're just junk to them, but they see that you value it. So what are you going to give them? It's like challenges. What are you going to give them?
Well, I do have my robe.
Okay. What about those scraps of combat armor that you're just kind of holding on to?
That is...
Say what?
The armor I just remembered while looking at my...
Yeah, back in your inventory.
That combat leather armor.
Yeah, the bunch of the scraps that you just gave him. Wait, you have combat leather armor?
No, some combat armor.
Oh, the combat... No, you mean the combat pieces. That's really what that is.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they would accept that.
Okay, you can have this, we can have that.
Okay, so...
Good.
It's like, yes, pieces make more armor. Yes, you take what you need. We must prepare. And so they go about the process of, healing, getting more... Let's see, they are willing to part with... Let's see, what's the maximum? They are willing to part with some ammunition, if you can convince them.
Do we want to have Kenny do this or me?
It's up to you. It's like, do you want Kenny to try and barter? Do you want him to barter again and have to trade more crap? Or do you want him to charisma, or do you want a charisma?
I'm just gonna speech if I'm doing it.
Alright, so just whoever. Somebody. So what do you tell them? Because they're parting with valuable ammo.
We also need people cells to use the ammo.
Say what?
We also need fuel cells to use ammo.
Okay, so it's like, ah, you humans weak. Fine, take. But we get more spoils.
Sure.
So in terms of, so you have enough to let's see, how many, roll a d3. Let's see how many charges of tank do you get from this. Like, how much tank cells are they willing to part with? Or how much cells are they willing to part with? Let's see, who's going to be the d3? Let's find out.
All of them.
So you have enough to fill it for 3 charges of tank. Which, remember, these cells can also be used, these are microfusion cells, these can also be used as gun ammo.
And they can also be recharged.
And they can also be recharged, if you can find the means to recharge them. It's not exactly cheap.
You should make a windmill.
Yeah, so... And along with that, in total, you have 4 rounds of it. So you have enough to charge the tank 3 times, plus an extra 4th time, which is equivalent to, like, 30 cells. So, a pretty good haul. But the mutants say that, in return, we want a bigger share of the loot from the gunners. So, is that a good, like, have you agreed to that? Doesn't matter, actually. They're going to do it anyway. So, and they just kind of ignore you after that point, because it's like, time to prepare for battle, we're going to kill humans.
We have a tank without and powered.
Yeah, so you have but now problem is it doesn't have enough ammo. It only has like 3 tank shells and 2 rounds of
We
MG.
just get ammo for the tank.
From where?
You just said they give you valuable.
No, they said they gave you 4 rounds of tank charge, which is equivalent to like 120 energy cells. Tank rounds, tank cannons, and machine gun ammo is not included in that.
So did they give us cells, is what you're saying?
Yeah, they give you a lot of cells. They give you like in terms of battery charge, it's like 120 cells,
Sheesh.
which is enough to charge the tank like 4 times.
You could turn the cells into cannon shots.
Just stick it in the can.
Crap.
I don't know. That'd be a little bit. That's a stretch. You could you could try it, but there's I think Noah would be the most experienced in terms of doing crazy shit like that.
Yeah, I actually grabbed one of the energy cells because the one in my power field loaded last time.
Okay, so you take now this 119. Don't you want to take 2?
Yeah, didn't you have 2, Kenny?
Yeah, there's 1 in the fist already, but it's on low charge. Like it's got 17 left.
No, but it exploded last time.
Yeah, that was you had 2 cells in total. One of them was in there and that blew up, and then the other one you slapped in.
All right.
You got 2
I'll,
laser rifle that Kendo now has.
Yeah, so you took his laser rifle charge, which was funny. So he has a rifle with no charge in it.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's
I'll
what he
take
gets.
5 of those charges too, I guess.
Okay, so you're taking energy charge as well, so we're down to what?
No, then I don't take. I thought I went and did it.
Alright, so we're down, we're back to 115. Because,
120.
well, 15 because Lynn's going to take 5 of them for a rifle.
Of all sorts of things, really.
Or for whatever she needs ammo for.
So what ammo did you get from bartering?
Well, that's generally it, is the energy cells. Let's see, but in terms of ammo... Oh yeah, that's good. That's a good point. You didn't actually negotiate for ammo. Oh, you did, but I didn't actually say what ammo. I mean, obviously there's M60 ammo. There's nothing for the tank. I mean, these guys don't have armored vehicles are kind of rare, so finding ammo for the armored vehicles is not going to be easy.
Well, we still have mini.
So they do have let's see. I get to roll a random explosive weapon to see what type of let's see, explosive weapons. Oh, you guys got lucky. This is not man-portable. This is vehicle-mounted explosive weapon. So this is a piece of junk that they just kind of thought was useless because they couldn't mount it on anything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So among all the junk, like you guys are searching through this cache, and what you find is, like, as you're digging through all the crap, you find that there's a tank turret in there, and it's got a 120 attached to it. So you find a real big cannon, and you also find that it at least has 2 shells. Now, the Rheinmetall 120 millimeter, this thing weighs about 1.5 tons. So how you're going to get it out of there is a thing. So, I mean, what do you plan to... Obviously, the super mutants didn't move it, because it's like 1.5 tons. And it's not like you can make this thing fire.
We should just take the ammo from it.
So, you're thinking of taking the 220 millimeter tank shells from it.
Yeah.
So, with this, if you could break down the components, you would have a lot of ammo. That's a 20d20 plus 50.
Sheesh.
That's a lot of ammo. So, that's...
But, how much M60 ammo?
M60 round, let's see how many belts they're willing to part with. They're willing to part with only 1 belt of M60 ammo, which is only 50 rounds. Because, you know, they need it for them. There's still an M60 in use. So they're only willing to part with 1. Obviously, it's like a take, take, take. You humans so greedy. Why you not share like super mutants?
Do they have any more 40mm grenades for the?
I mean, he just made that comment, and then you're asking for more.
Yeah.
So the immediate answer is no. It's like, no, you take enough. You leave now. So they're willing to part with the cannon, and you know, but it's 1.5 tons, so I don't know how you're gonna move it. So you're just gonna take the 2 shells.
Best option to that.
So, well, who's picking up the 2 shells? Because these shells aren't exactly light. Okay, so sure.
Super mutants.
So you have shells. These shells are like what? 50 pounds each, full of high explosive. Try not to drop them.
So 100 pounds.
That's like 100 pounds in total. So, and with the explosive inside, let's say I'm just trying to do the math. That's a lot of explosive. Okay, so with these 2 shells, you could make... Actually, I think I got the math wrong. No, I got it right. So, with these 3 shells, you could probably make the equivalent... with these 2 shells, you could make 3 shells of 20mm from the amount of explosive. Of course, you need some metal to rework the casing, so... I don't know. Well, you're the one that picked it up, so... Using it, that's a different question.
Yeah.
You're just carrying a big gun.
Perfectly
I can use that.
fine.
Yeah.
It's the using it that is not.
Yeah, Kenny, do you actually have the skill to use heavy guns? Or, you know,
Yeah.
machine guns? You do? Yep, of course you do.
Well,
Alright, so
machine guns.
Kenny could wheel an M60.
Yeah, but no, not because of that. Just because of the minimum strength needed.
Oh, you don't have the strength to wheel it. It's too big, so you can't... You try picking it up, and you can't even pick it up.
I can pick it up.
Yeah, you can pick it up and carry it, just it's like... You don't have the strength to operate and fire it.
Keep slipping out of his hand.
Yeah, as you fire it. Like, you don't have the ability to... You don't have the strength to match the recoil. Lynn, what was up with the negotiation? You trying to get more out of the super mutants?
Huh?
I said you tried to get more out of the super mutants?
I just wanted to know if they had any more of the 40mm grenades.
So obviously, they didn't want to. Even if they did, they weren't going to part with it. You can search the corpse. Maybe he has grenades on his body that didn't go off.
Yeah, I'll search his corpse.
That would be perception. So searching his body. So no, he did not have any more grenades. That's why when he just pulled the trigger, nothing came out, and he didn't bother reloading it. He just threw it aside because he didn't have any more. So in hindsight, you have a launcher with no grenades in it.
Yeah. Can I have another 10 of those cells?
Who's carrying all the cells again? It's like, who's carrying the equivalent of 120 cells?
How much would that actually be?
I don't know. Who volunteered to carry that much crap?
How much does a mini nuke weigh, actually?
A mini nuke? Let's see.
Yeah. Can't seem to find it.
Well, I don't think the Fat Man is an actual weapon in this. I don't think they expect you to have it. So mini nuke, I mean, it's relatively lightweight. It's like 20 pounds.
Lightweight.
Yeah, lightweight, 20
As
pound.
much
It's
as
yeah, it's relative. Keyword relatively lightweight. It's 20 pounds though. I mean, the launcher would probably weigh like 50.
Right, so how much do the cells?
Okay, each cell. See, so it's 120 times. I don't know. Where's the cells are somewhere on there.
Cells don't have a weight on the sheet. As far as I can tell.
They have a volume of 20. So
Yeah, that's how many charges each cell has.
okay, so they don't really have a weight. You can carry you can carry a lot of them. Just stick them in a bag. Okay. Well, congratulations then. You get to also carry the energy cell pack as well, which is like 120 of these things stuck in a bag, and then it's on your back. So you're carrying. What are you carrying right now? You're carrying that. You have new armor, new tank shells. Now you have a machine gun.
Yeah.
You have
I
all
like
this
the power.
stuff. I'm wondering if this
Alright.
will sink the boat or not. Thankfully, it won't. It's a pretty sturdy boat.
Yeah.
I mean, it's.
1 pound for each engine.
I take it. Okay, Kenny, you're the one that rowed you here. Try rowing it back, and you get a -1 because you took a beating from that. From that fight, the grenade hit and everything else.
Just strength or what?
Yeah, it's an endurance challenge because you have to row across,
Yeah.
and if you can't do it, then somebody else has got to pick up the tab.
Yes.
So nope, even with the -1, you still have enough strength to even with all this crap on your back, you still have enough strength to just row everyone back to land. Okay, so you've made a deal with super mutants that you're going to attack in 4 days' time, and they're going to attack simultaneously. So you're back. Hold on, where'd you guys go? Oh, you're over there. Okay, so let me get the new you, and let's get rid of the old you. So you're back. The boat has arrived. Lars is like waiting there to greet you. It's like, so how'd it go?
Can you also with a huge backpack with the gun sticking out and energy cells
Okay.
falling out and
It's
you
like,
are
I guess it went well. It's like, I take it some of that's for the tank.
The moment Kenny puts down the bag of fusion, the bag of cells, I pick the bag up and
Okay, so you're already off. It's like, I'll take that as a yes. It's like, I see you got new armor, new toys. I take it there was super mutants where you were?
you friends.
Okay, so it's like new friends. What, they didn't try to kill you?
Yeah, at first, but no.
Okay, so, It's like, alright. So I take it these new friends want something from us. It's like, no, yes, maybe.
they want stuff from the place we are going to beat.
It's like, okay. So, and he's looking at the other two who are there. It's like, would you guys like to explain?
They want to attack that gunner compound. They
It's
want
like,
us to
what?
help.
It's like, really? It's like, how many?
What, in the compound? Or the mutants?
No, how many mutants? It's like, so, it's
15-ish?
maybe a dozen.
Yeah.
It's like, a dozen? What's that gonna do?
I don't know. Meat shields.
It's like, so if I had to guess, they want us to attack as well.
Yes.
It's like, you do realize the tank doesn't have the ammo for that, right? And then we're gonna have to do the rest just, by hand.
Oh, we got the shells.
So it's like, shells? What shells?
I wander off.
Okay, it's like, and he's looking at Stokes. It's like, are you gonna leave me with no ammo? It's like, no. It's like, are you gonna leave me with nothing too? I mean, like, seriously, what is going on?
No, because unlike that lady, I'm not one to cause trouble. We were able to get some shells off of them.
It's like, okay.
And that's about it.
Okay, so before I forget, I'm going to go to the updates section. I'm going to add the experience amount that you have earned from the mutants and things you have just killed. So I take it, I'm going to keep up the blood bug one just for now in case people didn't get it. So let's see, that's,
But
oh shit, wait,
Drake,
what?
are all level 7.
Yeah, I'm just keeping those numbers up there in case people didn't get them.
Yeah, but does the blood bug still matter at that?
Yeah, it does, because some people don't get those. And some of us are different levels, so I need to actually keep
Oh, yeah.
exact numbers.
Yeah, didn't get in there at lower level.
So, in short, it's like 2,000, because you didn't really...
2,000.
Yeah, because the boss was worth 1,000, and then you killed 2 lieutenants and a regular, so that's 2,000. The lieutenants were like 400, and then the regular was 200. So you don't get a lot. Because, I mean, you didn't kill a lot of them. Actually, no, that is wrong, because I forgot. 3 of them got vaporized, so it's 2,600. I forgot about the nuclear explosion. You didn't kill a lot of them. I mean, many of them you just wounded pretty badly, but you didn't outright kill them. Yeah, that's how much. It's under updates now. You should be able to see it. Alright, so let's do this by order. Stokes, what is your plan? Actually, re-put your order, because I forget I have to clear it every time we switch maps. So Stokes, again, what's your plan? What is your plan now?
Well, I would have been interested in grabbing my bike, but since of how much ammo I just used in that fight, I don't think that'd be a smart idea.
Especially since now it's like, hey, we gotta go kill this. Gotta go help the mutants / not help the mutants, or whatever the hell we're planning on doing.
Yeah, because at this point, every shot counts.
Yep, so... And so Lars is like, what's important about this bike?
Firstly, it's a fast bike. Secondly, I like my bike.
Then, like, he just stares at you. Like, is that it?
I mean, also, we could use the gas if I'm not going to use it.
It's like, yeah. I was like, yeah, how much gas would that be?
let me think here. Well, I used about half a tank to get to where I was. Probably take another quarter. We'd have about a quarter tank left.
It's like, so you'd risk all that for a bike.
I would, but I'm not stupid.
Which
I
which
don't
bike
have
do
the
you
ammo
have?
for it. It is a crotch rocket, I
It's
believe.
a crotch rocket. Which means if
Yeah.
you have a quarter tank, that's equivalent to like 5 charges. What the hell are you gonna do with 5 charges?
I don't know. It's just
So,
suggestion. Also, I like that bike, so
so you like the it's like so you're willing to ford a swamp in order to get there. So obviously
well,
Lars
if
is
I had,
skeptical about that. It's like, yeah, that doesn't sound like a good idea. Sounds kind of dumb.
that's what I'm saying. It's
So it's like, so
exactly
why
what
not
I'm
just
saying.
ditch the bike? I mean, you could get another one. You could find another one
Yeah,
probably.
yeah, that's probably what I'll end up doing.
It's like, all right,
There
so
is
we'll
a
just go. It's like
scrapyard
we'll go
easy.
see if the Gunners have a bike just lying around. I mean, they live in a town. They live in Quincy, so might as well see if they have one. Somebody's got to have some vanity in there.
Yeah, we'll see. Guess in the meantime, there isn't much else to do, though.
Well, I mean, there's preparing for the attack.
Yeah, preparing with what? There's a 22 pistol lying around, and that's about it.
What about all the M6? Well, the M6s you can't use.
I can't use an M60.
And we don't have a lot of ammo.